Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Retro Reflux. Today I'm going to go ahead and try something a little bit different and take two games that are in the same genre and put them head to head to pick a winner. With that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Batman Returns. Let's go ahead and take a look. First up, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. As you can see by the selection screen, you have a choice of playing any of the four turtles. The story of this game is Krang and Shredder steal the Statue of Liberty, and it's up to the Ninja Turtles to return it. So the first level of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles takes place in New York City. As you can see, it's a typical side-scrolling beat-em-up where you play as any of the turtles that I mentioned before and make your way defeating all the foot soldiers in each level. Now this is a game that's actually a port from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade cabinet. In the arcade cabinet, you could actually have all four players at once playing the game. Unfortunately, when they had to scale it down for the Super Nintendo, they only made it a two-player game, but nonetheless, it's still a great game. Pizza time! Some of the differences between the arcade cabinet and the Super Nintendo game is a few levels were transformed into bonus stages, and they actually went ahead and added a stage with you fighting Shredder in the Technodrome, which is a level that wasn't included in the arcade cabinets. Another thing they did that was pretty cool was each turtle handles a little different. So, for example, you have Raphael and Michelangelo, who are actually quicker in speed, and from what I remember, they have a stronger special attack. But then if you play as Leonardo and Donatello, they have the range with, of course, them using a stick and swords. What I really love that they did is they really stuck to the animated series and included a lot of the villains from the show. You had Shredder and Krang, of course, but you had Baxter, you had Slash. They added the Rat King into this one. They added Tokka and Razor from the Ninja Turtle movie 2, Secret of the Ooze. And instead of fighting Shredder at the end, they actually changed him into Super Shredder from the second movie as well. And after finally making your way through the first stage, you come up to the first villain, and it's none other than Baxter, of course, the half fly, half genius. And you go ahead and have to take him out real quick. It's worth noting how awesome the soundtrack is along with the special effects. I don't know how they did it, but they really got the feel from the animated series down. So for a quick recap, we have great soundtrack, staying true to the cartoon. We have two-player action, which makes for a great co-op, sitting on the couch. And great special effects and smooth controls. Out of 5 points, I'm going to give it a 5. And with that, Baxter goes down. Let's go ahead and hop over to the Dark Knight and see if he can beat the score. So Batman Returns was developed by Konami, and it was ported and to the Sega Genesis and a bunch of other consoles. Beetlejuice. And as you can see here, the graphics are quite amazing for even the Super Nintendo. So the game starts out in Gotham Plaza, And like the movie, it stays very true to it. It stars Michael Keaton and Danny DeVito as Batman and the Penguin, of course. And like the movie was very dark. And just like the game, as you can see, they carried a lot of the same art. Batman's controls are very fluid and feel very responsive as you're making your way through each level beating up enemies. Now, Batman himself has his normal attack and kick punches, and as you can see right there, you have a Batarang that you're able to throw, as well as having Batman's grappling gun as an alternative weapon. What I always loved about this game is how you grab the enemies by the throat and just with one hand slam them on the ground, no matter how big they are compared to Batman. Another thing that's a big favorite of mine is how different the soundtrack is to this game. It's very dark, but the way it's done, it just characterizes the whole Batman setting almost perfectly. And by all means, this game is not easy. It's actually a pain in the ass when you're trying to make your way through each level just by yourself. That's definitely one thing that I wish they would have added was a second player. Even if it would have been someone random, it would have been nice to be able to play this as a co-op. But then again, Batman likes to work alone. Now, compared to Ninja Turtles, these levels can feel like they go on and on forever. And this first level, for example, doesn't even have a boss at the end of it. It's more just waves of the biker clowns trying to run you over, and then as you defeat them, the level ends. Some of the neat things that they've done in this game is you could use the background. So if I had like a clown that was close enough, I could grab him and slam him into the glass and break that glass in the background. A lot of the other special things they did was taking like two clowns and slamming their heads together. And I'm trying to get it to show you an example right here, but unfortunately the clowns keep dying before I can slam them in the glass. I've never gotten very far in this game. From what I've read and my understanding of watching others play through it, you do fight Penguin, and there is an altercation between you and Catwoman where you have to fight her at some point. But you know, from what I've gathered, is this game really sticks close to the movie. Whenever I would play this game, I always remembered The Nightmare Before Christmas. That was always the feeling that the game gave off to me. Just a typical Tim Burton movie with the darkness. I swear that's the best part, is just being Batman and manhandling these guys. And as you can see there, I'm trying to slam him into the glass, but he got me before I could do it. And as you're making your way through each level, there's health you can pick up. And here's a good example of a person getting slammed into the background. So, you know, the special effects are amazing. And then you got these big bastards that just try and sit on you the whole time. I always remember hating these assholes when I was little, just because they're bouncing ass attack. You can't get away from it, and it knocks you down every time they hit you. So out of 5 points for graphics, I'm going to give it a point. For controls, I'm going to give it a point. Where it does lack is the single player playthrough of the game. That's one thing that I wish it would have been updated in future ports of the game. But everything else, the sound and everything, it's a really good beat 'em up that I recommend to everybody. And with that, after these two are defeated, that is the completion of the first level. Well, there you guys have it. Those are my two side-by-side comparisons of the games. I did want to do it side-by-side comparing, but unfortunately I need to upgrade to Final Cut Pro, and at this time I'm not financially able to do so. Once I upgrade to Final Cut Pro, then I'll be able to take 2 videos and place them side by side. So that's kind of why I had to almost piggyback one playthrough after the other. I only played through the first levels just to kind of give you an idea and some quick comparisons, just so you can make up your own mind on the playthrough. But as far as the winner goes, I have to hand it to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The game itself is just the upbeat, the characters, the goofiness, how true it stuck to the original source. I mean, both games are amazing to play through. But if you're looking for a challenge, Batman Returns is definitely going to be your harder game to play. So I thank you guys for tuning in and checking out my new video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok and Facebook, and keep on gaming. Thanks.